Picture a master weaver crafting a tapestry. Every thread, no matter how small, is essential to the whole. The Bible is viewed much the same way, not just stories, but a divinely inspired text where every word matters. Altering even a single word is seen as tampering with a sacred inheritance. This is why Bible translation is so fiercely debated. Should we translate word for word, preserving the original structure, or thought for thought, making it more accessible? The late 19th century Revised Version didn't just update language, it changed thousands of words and even the Greek text beneath. These changes sent shockwaves through the Christian world. The core question: were these revisions restoring the original message or creating something new? For many, the integrity of the tapestry and the message was at stake. The King James Bible wasn't the work of a few, but a team of 50 scholars divided into 6 groups for checks and balances. Their process was meticulous. Each section was reviewed, debated, and refined until consensus was reached. They saw themselves as stewards, not authors, aiming to preserve the meaning of the original texts. Their foundation was the Textus Receptus, a Greek manuscript tradition trusted for centuries and used by the Reformers. Their translation philosophy was formal equivalence, word-for-word accuracy, even if the results sounded archaic. The goal: keep the English reader as close as possible to the original. The result was a translation that shaped language and faith for generations. This fortress of words was built to guard the sacred message. For over 250 years, it stood as the standard of English-speaking Christianity. By 1871, biblical scholarship had changed. Newly discovered manuscripts, Codex Vaticanus and Sinaiticus, were newer but subtly suggested older than those used for the King James. Scholars Westcott and Hort championed these texts, believing them to be older, therefore assuming they were more authentic. They created a new Greek New Testament, heavily influencing the Revised Version. The committee's process shifted. Instead of refining tradition, they adopted this new, untested foundation. The result? A Bible with noticeable differences. Verses questioned, words changed, and the textual basis of the New Testament transformed. Supporters saw this as scientific restoration. Critics saw it as risky innovation, a hidden agenda of the Jesuits. The debate: trust the majority tradition or a handful of supposed ancient manuscripts? The answer would shape the future of Bible translation. In theology, a single word can change everything. Take John 3:16. King James says, "only begotten Son," emphasizing Christ's unique divine relationship. Modern versions say one and only Son, a subtle but significant shift. Another example, Colossians 1:14. King James includes "through his blood," highlighting Christ's sacrifice. Many modern versions omit this phrase, following the older manuscripts favored by Westcott and Hort. These changes may seem minor, but they alter core doctrines: Christ's divinity, the atonement, the nature of redemption. For traditionalists, such omissions weaken foundational truths. The debate isn't just academic, it's about preserving the heart of Christian belief. Every word, every phrase carries weight. When words are changed or removed, the message and its impact can shift dramatically. That's why these translation choices matter so deeply. The smallest edits can have the biggest consequences. Thousands of changes in the Revised Version left many Christians uneasy. The debate shifted from language to which Greek text was truly God's word. Supporters of the new text claimed they were restoring the original. Critics argued God had preserved his word through the majority of manuscripts. Suddenly, Bibles included footnotes. Some manuscripts omit this verse. Certainty was replaced by questions. If scholars can't agree, how can readers be sure? Doctrines once stated boldly were now qualified or questioned. Key passages about Christ's divinity and the Incarnation were altered. For example, God was manifest in the flesh, became He who was manifested in the flesh. The explicit became ambiguous, and confidence in the text was shaken. The foundation felt less solid, and the debate over which Bible to trust grew more intense. Imagine the Bible as a grand cathedral, each word a stone, each doctrine an arch. The King James translators aimed to preserve this structure, trusting the blueprint handed down through centuries. The revisers, with new blueprints, began removing and altering stones, believing they were restoring the original. But to many, this left the structure less stable, less certain. The debate isn't about resisting change, but about preserving what's believed to be divinely inspired. Every omission is a stone removed, enough changes, and the whole structure is weakened. Ultimately, it's a question of trust, the majority tradition, or a handful of newer and supposed ancient manuscripts. In the end, every word matters, because for believers, these words are sacred.